Okay. Good morning. Woohoo! We're all here today. That's awesome. Okay, let's get it done. So I have my discs today. So if you have socks or a slippery floor or discs, get them out. Also a band. Take a nice big deep breath. And just hold it up here and try to get really long. So we really want to be stable in our feet and lift out of our hips. And then just take your gaze, look up slightly. And now bring the arms out to the side. Palms are going to face up and move them back. Try to get them as long as you can. Now lift them back up. And again down. Palms stay up. One more time. Now do a nice slow swan dive all the way down, really slow, pushing your weight into the back of the feet. Let your head go, the upper back is now in flexion. So you're really trying to unweight the upper body. Let your head go, you don't want to be holding it up. Just kind of chill out here for a few breaths. It's a great way to figure out where you're most tight. Whether it's your lower back, you'll be feeling it there, the hamstrings, even your lats. So speaking of lats, we're going to stretch them out. So walk your fingers out in front, get your spine long, drift your hips back. And now take your hands behind the ankles and try to help the torso get a little closer to the legs. Head is dangling again. And walk those fingers back out, spine is long, shift the weight backwards and walk your hands further forward. Really breathe deeply here into your ribs. And then fold back down, hold behind the heels, give yourself a little help to get closer to those legs. And now take your hands above the knees. Help yourself slowly get back up to standing. Nice and slow and easy. Great job. Proud out the chest, sweep the arms up. Now we're going to hold the arms up, which should feel like a little bit of work because you're working on broadening through the shoulders, getting the arms nice and long. And now you're going to stick your butt back just a little bit. So we do that to really bring the focus to the belly. So you want to be sucking it in towards the spine. Now you're going to give your arms a break, take them down by your side, sweep them as far back as they can go, as high as they can go back there. Keep the hip hinge, and now bring them forward again. Now stand all the way tall, and hip hinge again. And sweep them back. Try to spiral your thumbs up towards the ceiling. We're spreading our fingers nice and wide. Bring them back up. Stand tall, take your gaze, look up. And one more time, hip hinge, hold them up. Sweep them back. Spiral the thumbs, spread out the chest, pull in the stomach. Try to lift the arms a little higher. And now just relax and fold all the way down. So from here, we're going to oscillate between a long spine and folding over our legs. So inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, back down. Just keep repeating. Find your breath when you begin the move and lose it when you fold down. Lose all that air, and then start again. Okay, when you're in a long spine, fingertips on the floor, walk them a little more forward if you can, so you feel a little stretch through the lats. Let's see if we can get our legs completely straight. Shifting all your weight backwards. Okay, come forward, walk your hands to the front of your mat, step back to a high plank. Once you're there, hold for 5 breaths. and then we're going to meet in a downward facing dog. Okay, pull through the arms, but not too far. Driving the heels to the floor. Now let's come up high on the toes. And let's do that 5 times. Okay, now let's alternate lifting our legs. So left leg up, keep your hips square, and then switch to the right. It's a great way to warm up your glutes and hamstrings. Just bringing movement to the body, getting good blood flow to your face. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, let's all meet back in our plank. Now you're going to drive your left knee up to the left elbow and then go right and just keep alternating. Try to touch your elbow with your knee. You can go into some spinal flexion as you do that. A lot of work for the obliques. Make sure you're pulling that tummy in. And let's meet back in our down dog. This time you're going to pedal your feet, alternating one at a time. Nice. Now baby steps with your feet all the way forward. Inhale, look up, flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Sweep the arms to the ceiling. Nice. Hands to heart. Lift your left foot up. I want you to circle the ankle. Big circle. Try not to lean back with your upper body. Go the other way. And now point and flex. Excuse me. Let's do the same on the opposite side. Excuse me. Big circles, standing tall. Change your direction. Nice. Now point and flex. Great job. Big deep breath. Now we're going to hold the arms up and you're going to go up and over to the left. Trying to get a nice little pull through that side body. And then let's do the same. So up and then over. Do it again. While you're doing that, excuse me. Okay, relax the arms. Make a fist. Pull the elbows all the way back. Squeeze them together. Lots of upper back engagement of muscle, right? So you should feel a pinch right between those shoulder blades. You want to keep that. Pull in the stomach, hold halfway down. Come back up. And do that 4 more times. Your legs are straight and don't squeeze with your toes. One more. Nice. Now release the hands. Make big circles. Your shoulders can sort of fall forward. That's okay. Big circles with the arms as you drift your hips backwards. Change your direction. Now come back up to standing. Sweep this right arm up. Take it around and back up. And do that 4 more times. You can let your hips turn a little bit to help you get the arm around. That's okay. Do the same on the other side. You might have a little more range with one than the other. Our poor shoulders take a beating. There's my last one. Okay, elbows up. Palms facing forward. Spread the fingers wide. Drop the hands. Keep the elbows high. Let's do that 5 times. Make sure you're holding in the stomach. You're trying to get as tall as possible. Now hold the hands up. Squeeze the elbows together. And open. And squeeze. And open. You're really trying to move from the elbow out, right? The hands are just going along for the ride. Okay, relax. Shake it out. Grab your kickback weights. So whatever weights you use to do a standing tricep kickback, we're going to separate our feet into a split lunge. So you have your left foot forward, right leg back. We're going to come down with a long spine, elevate onto the toes on the back foot, drive the elbows up, and alternate kickbacks one at a time. So I want your spine nice and long. You're leaning forward, your stomach is in. 80% of the weight is going into our left leg. That right foot is just there for balance. Keep that going. Okay, now for the last 5, I want you to do them together. So both at the same time, 5 more times. Try not to let the shoulders round forward. Nice. Okay, come all the way back up, standing tall on both feet. Just give me some quick alternating shoulder presses. This weight should feel a little on the light side. If you want to do 2 at a time or take the elbows out, it's exerciser's choice. Just keep going. Make sure you're working those abs. Last 5. Okay, bring those elbows in. Right foot forward. High on the toes on the left foot. Give me that nice forward lean. Start out alternating. You want to be mindful. You want to be moving the weights. We're not swinging them. You're totally in control of the movement. You want to make sure you're going to a fully extended arm with the elbow as high as you can get it and your shoulders broad. So we have 80% of our body weight into this right leg. Big forward lean. Do 5 together. Nice job. Okay, put those down. We're going to pick up our big boy weights. The heaviest, I should say big girl weights, right? Gonna take off my ring. Okay, the heaviest ones you have in your pile, just regular deadlifts. Then we're gonna add in a squat, but we're still gonna start with deadlifts. So hips push back, weights come down in front of the feet, really close to the body. So we're just going up and down. You're gonna do 20 of these. Time flies when you're having fun. Now you only have 15. It's a great exercise because it works so many different body parts. Make sure you're not rounding the back. You want to keep those shoulders retracted. You can also double up your weights if you have the grip strength to do that. So you could go a little heavier. These are big leg muscles to work, so it's all about the weight and form. Okay, I've got 4 to go. I'm trying to pop up pretty quickly, but still with control. Now I'm going to turn my weights to the side. I'm going to start out just with 10 squats. Nice and low. Try not to drop your face. You want to be looking forward. As soon as you start the descent, you want to be driving your weight back. Okay, now we're going to add in a deadlift and a squat. Keep that going. We will get to arms, don't worry. But your body right now, just holding the heavy weights, is working a lot of the upper body too. So fun. You haven't had this much fun ever. I can tell. Okay, we have 5 more. Nice. Okay, put them down. We're going to give our hands a break. Whew. Shake them out. This is where the discs come in handy because they're challenging, even though you don't have to hold a lot of weight. So you could do 1 or 2. If you can see my feet, I've got 2 discs. Just gonna move this out of the way. So hands out in front, slide or step if you don't have a hard surface to work on, and then alternate. So right now we're just sort of warming up, getting the feel. So you want to move the body backwards as the leg goes back. That helps you weight more into your hamstring, butt, and quad. We're going to add some rotation, some holds. Now, if you're stepping back, it looks just like this. You're stepping back, coming down, and switching. I'm a big fan of these discs. I'm always so reminded the next day when I've done them. Okay, we're going to take the right foot back, whether you have the disc or not. Hands out in front. Lean forward. Big forward lean. Now reach your arms out and go left with them, the shoulders, and come back forward. And left and forward again, and 2 more. Arms are long. Hands back in, come back up. So hopefully you should have felt that big time. Opposite side. Big forward lean here. Arms out in front. Lean even a little more. Reach those arms forward and then rotate the shoulders. Okay, hold, lean, hands to heart. Slide it up. Nice job. Hands stay at your heart. You're going to go back with the right foot. Big forward lean. Out with the arms. Slide up with control. Do that again. Same leg, don't switch. Slide it back, lean forward. more. Slide up with control. Again. And forward. And one last time. Bring your hands back in, hold, lean more. But you're not sinking into this hip. Got to lift out of it a little bit. Just hold. Slide back up. Switch sides. Ooh, I'm getting sweaty. Slide it back. We're going to take the arms out. You're going to lean in more. Come back up. And back. Don't go so low that you're sinking into this hip joint. Okay, hold it back. Hands come in, just hold, lean a little further. Lots of work going on in this right leg. Just hold. Come up slow. Nice. Okay. Little break for the feet. Find your mat again. We're going to start out in a bridge. But I want you to grab your band. Have it close by. Have a lie down. To get there, why not go down Pilates style, right? It's almost like an extra sit-up. And you didn't even have to think about. So take it down nice and slow. Suck in the stomach. Now we're going to put the head down. Little stretch for that whole body. Point your toes, reach your hands. Oh, how good does that feel? Sink your ribs. Sink your stomach. Okay, bring the arms back up. Make sure the back of your head is on your mat. You're going to take your band, wrap it above the knees. Okay, come back down. Walk your feet as close to your butt as you can get them. And then bridge up. So you're peeling one vertebrae off the floor at a time. So we have our feet hip width apart. Now, I want you to open out your knees till you feel a lot of tightness in the band. And then just hold that. And now one vertebrae at a time, lower back down slowly, holding those knees out. And then peel back up. The peel up starts with a pelvic tilt up. Get as high as you can. It's also a great way to massage your upper back when you're going up and down really slow. Keep those knees out. We're going to do this 2 more times slowly, and then we're going to switch it up. This is a great exercise because you're actually targeting so many different muscles. Too many to mention, but hopefully you're feeling this. Hold it up. Do 1 more. Get those knees even further apart if you can. So meet me at the top of this move. Walk your feet out a little further than where you had them. And open the band a little wider. So I am sure that the upper hamstring, outer hip, and glute are talking to you. So that's what you want. Now hold this. Lift your butt a little higher without letting the legs come together. And now go out an inch and in an inch. Slowly. You're the boss. Control it. Don't swing it. Don't move too fast. Be nice and steady. You're squeezing those butt cheeks and you're keeping them nice and high. Hold it out. Just hold. Oh my goodness. Okay, now slow motion. Let your knees come together to touch. Really slowly. How awesome does that feel? Scoot that butt up. Scoot it up higher. Now open back out all the way. All the way. Even more. Even more. And now close slowly. Even slower. Oh, she's never happy. She's never happy. Oh, well, okay. Hold your knees together. If you have to move your feet a little closer together to do that, I would like your knees to touch. I want you to create a huge force with your squeeze. Powerful. Hold it. You're here for 5 more counts. Keep your butt up. Now open back out slowly, really slow. All the way. Even further. Even further. Butt higher. Close slowly. Now give me that big squeeze once you get them together. Lots of force here. You got to give it your all. And now open back out really slow. Keep your butt up. Hold it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, come together slow. Now, if you're not feeling this in your butt, something is wrong. I'm not sure what or why. You're super woman. Open back out, butt up. This is your last one out. You're going to do a little in and out with the legs. Not for long. Keep going. We're going to finish this off. 5, 4, butt up. 3, 2, and butt down. Okay. Pelvic tilt. Tilt your pelvis up and let that low back get really snug against the floor. And now reverse it. Create as much space there as you can by rolling the pelvis forward. Now, when you roll it forward, you have not released the pull-in of the belly. Reverse it. Keep the pull-in of the belly. This is ab work, believe it or not. Connect to that six-pack activation while you do this to get results. And who doesn't want results? We all do. You're going to do 2 more of these, nice and slow and in control. If you're not feeling your six-pack tummy muscles, pull down harder. So a lot of people, when they create a strong activation, they have a tendency to hold their breath. I hope you don't do that. It's all about breathing while you do these exercises. Okay, feet off the floor so you can take your band off the legs. Let's go for that full body stretch again. And now we're going to roll up Pilates style. So the arms come up, tuck your chin, pull in the stomach. Now we're going to dive between the legs. Oh, how good does this feel? So you're probably feeling a nice stretch in the lower back. Try to walk your hands out in front as best you can. You're rounding your back, you're letting your head go. It's all about this moment. This fabulous moment for your body. Big, deep breaths. You should feel like your bra is getting so tight because you're expanding those ribs so much. I can say that because there's no guys in the class. Okay, walk the hands back up. You're going to bring your feet hip width apart. We're going to take our fingers to the floor, just behind us a little bit. Bend through the elbows so you can give yourself a little bit of a backward lean, but we're not rounding the back. Lift the right leg up and lower it down. And do that 4 more times, nice and slow. Up as high as you can go and down, without collapsing through your midsection, right? So you're working your quad, your hip flexor, but you're also working the core because you're not giving it a rest. You know, let's do the same with the other leg. Don't sink through your lower back. And it's really important when you do this to keep the leg long. So I'm flexing my feet and I'm pushing out with the heel as I raise the leg. Go back to the first leg. Now switch to the second leg. So we're just going to alternate here. So all you're doing right now is going straight up. Nothing fancy. Okay, do 2 more. Now open the feet to the corners of the front of your mat. Sit up really tall. You're going to turn your shoulders to face your right leg. So you've got a turn. And you're going to walk over that leg and take your left hand to the outside of that foot. Bend through that arm and lower your face so it's just above the knee. So this is targeting a little bit of that QL. I don't know if you feel it above the waistband of your pants on the left side. And if you don't, you can kind of change up the angle a little bit here to really find a sweet spot for your body. That might mean lifting that left shoulder up a bit, straightening out that left arm. I've got my right forearm down on the floor. Okay, now come on back up. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. So shoulders face over the leg, and you can take the leg further out if you like. You're going to come on down, take your hand to the outside of the foot, your left forearm to the floor. Now we're going to round and come into flexion, bending through that right elbow, face over the knee. Breathe deeply. Now you can go to a straight arm with the right arm, lift that right shoulder up. So you're taking the stretch a little further up your side body. Big deep breaths. Okay, come on back up. So you're going to we're going to meet down on the floor. We're going to do more triceps. So whatever weights you normally do for tricep extensions, that's what you find. Bend your legs, shoulder your weights, C-curve the spine, pull in the belly, lower slow while you hold the weights. Oh, as best you can. Okay, feet tuck in so your legs are nice and bent. Your arms are right over the chest. Your wrists are neutral. All we're going to do is bend at the elbow. So there's no movement between the elbow and the shoulder. And then come back up. I like to go really slowly on the way down, and you can come up a little bit quicker. So you're really working against gravity. Now, your legs are bent, your feet are on the floor, right? I'm going to have you lift while you do this. The arms are going to continue going. You're just going to lift the right leg up off the floor and take it about halfway up from the floor. So it's adding a little bit of work for your side body. Point your toes on the right foot and get that leg nice and long. And now, while you hold that leg like that, make sure you're doing a little pelvic tilt, sink your ribs, and now hold that and just work the triceps. You have 8 more. If you need to alternate, that's okay. Okay, put that right foot down. Keep going for your last 4. Take the other leg out. Okay, put the arms down by your side, put the weights down on either side of you. We're gonna do some chest presses, so sit yourself up. Find the weights that you do for a chest press. Hopefully they're the heaviest ones you have. Let's come back into the very same position we were just in. Now our hands are facing forward, palms. Got those weights centered over the chest with a neutral wrist. You're going to do 15 presses. Your elbows go out to the side, the back of the arms touch the floor. Your weights come together at the top. Squeeze the chest. So you're coming down a little slow. We're going to stick with that same theme, but maybe come up a little bit quicker. As long as you feel like you've got control and that you're nice and stable through your core and your back. Exhale out when you lift up. Nice job. Okay, we're going to put these weights down. Whew, shake out your grip. We're going to do some lat pulls. So I'm only going to use one of my heaviest weights. We still have our body in the same position. I'm going to hold my weight, both ends of the weights, not vertically, but horizontal. So I start out in the exact same position. Center that weight over the chest. Keep your neck nice and long. Move the arms back, they don't bend. And then bring them forward. So again, I'm going back slowly. And then I'm coming up a little bit quicker. Try to really keep your ribs low. Right? Sticky outy ribs are not the look we're going for. I'm going to do 15 of these. Hopefully you've got the right weight. If it's way too easy, don't wait for the set to be over. Grab another weight and do 2. Or grab a heavier one. People used to say, I don't want to do weights because I don't want to get big. Oh my goodness. It's the best thing we can be doing. Work your full range, whatever that might be, but make sure those arms are straight. When you come back up at the top, you got to move that weight as far forward as you can safely. Try to keep those ribs as low as you can while you continue to breathe. I've got 2 more. Make them fabulous. Okay, now hold the weight over the chest. Arms are long. I'm going to have you just lower those elbows towards the floor. Maybe they get down all the way if you're holding the weight the way I am. Both ends of it. Just go straight up and down. So the weight's not too heavy for what you're doing right now. Just try to resist it going down. Pop it up a little quicker on the way up. Now, change the angle with the elbows. Have the elbows go a little bit out, like at a 45-degree angle from the body, and keep pressing. And hold the arm up, take it back for a lat pull, and then bring it back forward, elbows go out to the side, come down for a little press. And then just keep alternating. Lat pull, press. You have 4 more, that's it. Nice job. Okay, let's get rid of that weight. Ooh, shake out your hands. You're going to come onto the, so start this out by have a little bend in the legs. You're going to roll back onto that right butt cheek. So the muscle of your butt is what's connecting to the floor. I'm down on my right elbow. I'm going to take my left hand by my ear. Now I'm going to straighten my legs. I'm going to go down and up and down and up. Touch your elbow to your knee when you lift the legs. You don't have to go all the way down with them because you don't want that bone jabbing into the floor. So you're just rocking on the glute. You're rocking on your glute. Let's rock it out here. 8. Legs are straight. 7, 6, 45-degree angle out from the body or your legs. 4, 3, 2, and done. Okay. So that's a lot of oblique work. Okay, so let's do the same on the other side. So a little bend in the feet, in the legs, sorry. Roll onto the cheek. You're on your left elbow now. Straighten the legs. Up. Elbow touches the knee. And down. Keep the legs straight. So you should feel a little pinch. This whole side body is getting a ton of work. Nice and controlled, no swinging. It's lifting and lowering. Last 3, 2, and done. Oh my goodness. Okay, little stretch. We're not done all the work yet, but we're getting close. But right now we're just going to stretch. I want you to take your feet really wide. Get a good connection of those sit bones into the floor, which means you're rotating your pelvis forward and down. So the low back is nice and flat. Walk the hands out. My spine is long. I'm just going to take them out as far as I can with my spine long, and I'm just going to hold on this for 3 breaths. So this is taking the stretch in 2 phases, which you've trained with me long enough now, you know I like to do that. Kind of easing into it. Okay, so now I'm going to lower my forearms and slide my hands even further out. My back is rounding and my head is looking down at the floor. Now, flex your feet and breathe. Okay, take it back up. Bring your feet together, bend them, straighten them, arms come out, lean back. It's called boat pose. So the legs are straight, you're leaning back, you're reaching your hands towards your feet. I know we're out of time, we are almost done. 5, pull the belly in. 4, 3, 2, feet to the floor, rock it up onto the toes. Nice job, full forward fold, look through your knees. Unweight your upper body completely. Drift your hips backwards. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up, flip the palms, reach for the ceiling. I thank you very much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We are done. We are done.